What's up, y'all? We're going to do a very basic Python program today. The goal of this is to do something very simple, something very bite-sized, and to take it slow and to really take in all the knowledge because this stuff is complicated, especially in the beginning. It's pretty daunting. It's a lot to kind of bite off and chew on, and it can really feel like you're drinking from the fire hose in the beginning. So I think it's definitely valuable to just keep things as simple as possible. First, you need to have Python installed. So a good way to check is just to go on your terminal and type in Python. If this comes up, then you are good to go. But if that does not come up, then you will need to install Python. I am on Visual Code Studio. VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Man, I am jumbling over my words here, but yeah, we are on Visual Studio Code, and yeah. So if you don't have Visual Studio Code installed already, I would recommend installing it. Definitely, you're going to need it for this. You should also have Python installed as well. You're going to need Python definitely too. So yeah, without further ado, let's get rolling here. So the thing about programming or coding or whatever you want to call it is it's not just the code, it's about what the code can do. That's the main purpose of it. What's the code doing? So you have to think of something that you not only want to do, but you also have to think of how you're going to do it, and you need to break it down into incremental steps, and you need to think about how to communicate that in a way that your computer will understand. So, yeah. So we're going to start here. So the basic gist of this number guessing game that we're making is we need to guess a random number between 1 and 10. We have 3 tries to do it, and on each unsuccessful guess, we need to also get a less than or a greater than. A hot or a cold to help them get there. So yeah, there's a lot of other little details that go into doing that and into running that, and I've written those all out here. We're just going to do the very basics here and now. We're not going to make it perfect just yet. We're just going to lay down the very basic foundation. So we need a random number between 1 and 10. This is not going to happen without a random number between 1 and 10, so we're going to import random. This is not an installed package or anything like that. It's just it's something that comes with Python, but Python excludes some of its libraries and whatnot just to save space and whatever. So we do need to import this to use this, and then we're going to use the imported function from there called rand range, and we're going to set a rand range between 1 and 11, which will give us a random number between 1 and 10, and we're going to also assign it to a variable called randnum, and as we see up here, this variable is an integer. And that is one thing about Python is types are not assigned. So, with variables, you don't always know whether it's an integer or whether it's a string or what have you. Yeah, but this is an integer. So we're first gonna print this out just to make sure randnum is doing what it is supposed to be doing. So we're going to run python numberguessgame.py. So we're getting 4, we're getting 1, We're getting 5. Yeah, so this seems to be working. It's giving us random numbers. Awesome. That's great. So that's good. That first part is working. And I want to make a quick point here to differentiate integers from strings. So if, let's say, we have, we're going to call this fake num, and we're going to say fake num is 1, and we're going to print fake num here. So let's print out fake num, and initially fake num seems to be the same as random num, but if we hover over here, it's calling that a literal. A literal just means a number that is a string. But if we go to type and we do the type of fake num, we are going to get class str, class string. And if we put in randnum, we are going to get class int. So we're going to get an integer. And the thing is, you can't do math with a number like this. This number is read and interpreted by the computer as if it is the same thing as a letter. So no addition or subtraction or anything like that is going to happen here on this fake num here. So we're going to get rid of this. This was just to illustrate a point, and this will come in useful later. And we're just going to comment this out for now. We're actually going to print our randnum as a sanity check. Let's do that. All right. So now we have our randnum. Awesome. So next we need user input. So we have to take something in from the user. So we're going to call this variable guess. And this variable is going to be equal to input. And this is going to take in the user input. So we're going to say enter a number between 1 and 10. Alright, let's run this. Alright, so now it's asking us for a number between 1 and 10. Awesome. We're going to put in 2. It's not doing anything yet, but it is it is taking in this user input, and we can actually print this out to prove that it is. So we're going to go here, type in 2, and it's taking in 2. There is a problem here, and we're going to solve this problem in the next video, but I'll show you now. So we can put whatever we want in here, and it's taking it in. We can put that in. We can put, some crazy number that's way higher than 10. We can put that in. We can put anything in, and we don't want to put that stuff in. So what we're going to fix that later, but that's a problem for now. So keep that in the back of your mind. We're going to fix that in the next video. But we're going to plow forward and pretend that that is working properly. So what we got to do next is we have to look at the guess, and we have to say, is it greater than, equal to, or less than the user's guess? And if it's equal to the number, we have to declare the user a winner. If it is less than, we have to tell the user that it is too low. If it is greater than, we have to tell the user that their guess is too high. So we're just going to use some basic conditionals here. Just a basic if statement. We're going to say if guess is double equals, single equals just denotes the assignment of a variable. Double equals shows exact equivalency. and we want to show exact mathematical equivalency. We're going to do this here, and then we're going to print, we're just going to print you win. And then we're going to say elif, and you can use an if statement here if you want. I'm just choosing to use elif. We're just going to say elif our guess is greater than random. We're going to print too high. And then we're going to say else. And the else is just a baseline catch-all kind of thing. So these are all tied in together. It's going to say if, first it's going to check if this, and then it's going to go, all right. And then it's going to go to well, then else if, and then it's going to go, nope. Then it's going to go else, then we're going to go, all right, we're going for this. So these are all tied in together. So we're going to say else. I'm going to change that to too low. And we're about to run into a problem here. If you can guess what it is, you know, a gold star for you, but I'm about to give a huge hint. So first we're going to print the type of random. And then we will do the type of our guess. And this will give away the exact problem we're about to run into. So I'm going to enter a number, 7, and boom, we have an error because we can't do math between a string and an integer. You can't say what is apple plus 2 or what is the letter U plus 5. It's not going to work. It's treating this string, you know, guess here is a string. It's just treating it as letters. So this won't work. So what we have to do is we have to turn guess into an integer. And then we're just going to say guess is equal to int guess. We're just going to do that. And we're going to grab this, and we're going to put this here. And now that guess is an integer, it's going to work. Boom. Okay, too low. All right, and we see that guess is an int. So that is great. And yeah, it looks like our random is 10 there. Let's see. We're going to try to get a win here. 3. Boom, I win. Very good. 6. We're going to guess 1. Boom, too low. Okay. It's 3. We're going to guess 7. All right, so our game is working. And that is amazing. But we still have a few things that we have to do. Number one, we have to validate the user's input, because they can put anything in there, and right now, if you put that in there, you're going to get an error, because it's going to say, well, we can't do math with whatever that is, and if you put in, you know, the number 6,000, well, it's just going to say too high. All right, that's not going to break it, but it's not really in the spirit of the game to do that. But we can also just like put in like $, $, asterisk, you know. So we got to fix that. And then also, we need to give the user 3 chances to guess. So essentially, we need to make a loop of sorts where what is happening here will repeat itself, you know, 3 times. And if it happens 3 times, it will exit the game and say you lose, if it's guessed less than 3 times, it has to exit that loop and say you win. Up here with the input, we will also need a similar loop too to, because if they put the wrong stuff in here, we want it to just take them back and say, nope, you got to enter a number, and keep them looped around. But that will be in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching. I had a lot of fun making this video. Keep on coding, keep on hacking, and yeah, I will see you all next time.